In a world with so much anime, it feels like there isn't enough time to watch it all. Welcome to WatchZilla. Today we are going to give you our 25 best anime under 50 episodes. Not when the typical fantastic anime series has hundreds of episodes. In today's world, the average binge-watching audience may not have enough spare time to devote to a lengthy anime series. Not everyone has the time for a 100-episode anime epic, nor do you want to blow through the typical 12-episode show in a weekend. Luckily, many shows balance telling a meaty story and not stretching things out too much. Not every anime has a large number of episodes to its credit. Some anime has a manageably short runtime that either hits the mark or leaves the viewer hungry for more as the final credit roll. Number 25. Death Note. Fans who need a break from the romance but felt enthralled by Kaguya-sama's psychological aspect are sure to enjoy Death Note. At this point, almost every anime fan has seen the series. It's a classic anime that's the undisputed king of all other cat and mouse dynamics. Much like Kaguya and Shirogane, neither Light nor L will budge. Light Yagami is a bright young guy who excels in school and has a strong sense of right and wrong. From the outside, he appears to be a good guy, but one day a notepad falls from the sky. This is the death note that the death gods use to record the names of those who die at the designated time and in the way prescribed. It becomes the tool of warped justice in Light's hands. He punishes criminals and sows panic among the criminal underworld strategically, but he's also wanted as a murderer. Soon after, Light teams up with another genius known only as L. Whoever shows their hand first loses. Killing people is vastly different from high school romance, but the psychological warfare of it all is what makes both series so entertaining. Number 24. Cowboy Bebop. It's incredible to consider how much of a lovable legacy and cult following Cowboy Bebop was able to establish with only 26 episodes. It's still regarded as one of the best anime series ever made, with Netflix's live-action remake starring John Cho as Spike on the way. A weaker show would not have been able to sustain such a large and loyal fanbase in such a short amount of time, but thanks to some good writing and memorable characters with great chemistry, this became an instant and surprisingly impactful classic. Number 23. Psycho Pass. Short anime series come in all different genres, but it can be difficult to decide where to start. That's where something like Psycho Pass comes into play, a vast mix of different genres compiled together ranging from drama, thriller, psychological drama, sci-fi, to even cyberpunk. Sporting 22 episodes and a morally ambiguous antagonist whom even the director related to in an Otaku News interview, this story focuses on a Minority Report-esque future, where inspectors can evaluate how probable it is for someone to commit a crime via what is referred to as their Psycho Pass. Thanks to a central computer known as the Sybil system, every Japanese system can be scanned to calculate its criminal coefficient. If it's too high, an investigator and enforcer team are sent to either apprehend or neutralize that person. Enforcers are latent criminals with crime coefficients that are too high, yet they have value as effective agents to combat other latent criminals. In the first series, the main antagonist is a man who can commit acts of extreme violence and destruction, yet doesn't register as having a high crime coefficient, making it impossible to neutralize him legally. His existence throws the entire system into doubt, but first, they have to prevent him from doing more harm. A fantastic psychological thriller that can make you think. Number 22. Ping Pong the Animation. Yet another artistic anime is on its way, weebs. Ping Pong the Animation is an 11-episode TV anime that aired back in 2014. It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written and illustrated by Matsumoto Taiyo. Just like in every sports anime, the sport itself is more like a tool to tell the story rather than the main focus. You don't have to have played ping pong to fall in love with the show, its message, or the characters. The story talks about a guy named Smile who ironically never smiles and a ping pong pro named Pico. These two have been friends for a while, and ping pong has been their segment for connection. And even though Smile doesn't like to participate in competitions, he is going to be doing it this time alongside Pico. With the help of his selfless trainer and with his pride and skills, Smile and Pico are going to go against the best of the best respectively. And by doing so, they would realize the true meaning of sports and their characteristics. It's a very well-written show about passion, what it means to strive for the #1 spot, as well as a coming-of-age story. Don't turn the show because of the unorthodox art style and animation. You get used to it rather quickly. It is one of the most critically acclaimed anime series and has won the Animation of the Year award as well. After all, the ratings don't lie, this show is an absolute gem. Yup, it is worth your time. Number 21. A Place Further Than the Universe. Have you ever dreamed of reaching somewhere far beyond? You did? A Place Further Than the Universe is a 13-episode TV anime that aired back in 2018. It is an anime original directed by Ishizuka Atsuko and animated by Madhouse. The story talks about two girls. The first one is Mary Tamaki, who wants to go far beyond this world. She wants to reach a new place, never visited by anyone. A place further than the universe. And the other girl is Shirase Kabuchizawa, who is looking for her lost mother and wants to visit Antarctica. As both of these aspirants meet each other, their desire for doing the impossible reaches new heights. And with the help of two more girls, the group is going to achieve what they want. And this time, no one can stop them. A wholesome and fun-to-watch series that will act as something much more than just inspiration. It is a movement, and let's just say that this movement is too good to be true. Number 20. Grand Blue. The next anime is a laughter fest for anyone and everyone who enjoys this anime with an open mind. This is the story of Grand Blue. It only has 12 episodes that aired back in 2018, but the laughs never die down. It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written by Inoue Kenji and illustrated by Yoshioka Kamidaki. Grand Blue talks about the life of Iori Kitahara, who shifted to his uncle's place so he could attend college and have a normal college life. However, his life is going to be much more fun when he gets involved with the diving club. It's a show about a group of dudes who just like getting drunk, getting naked, going diving, and having a grand old time. Old men dancing naked and drinking all day? Oh yeah, this normal life is going to be so much fun for the boy. The humor is very in your face, and the physical gags are top-notch. Grand Blue is not only funny but also thought-provoking. If you're of legal age, you can even drink along with the characters to feel fully immersed. Besides the comedy, there are some very touching moments too. This is why it's appreciated so much in the community. And the landscapes, or waterscapes, are just beautiful. Number 19. Hellsing Ultimate. Do you like vampires? Do you like vampires when they fire? If you answered either of the questions with a yes, then this anime is for you. Hellsing Ultimate is a 10-episode OVA series that aired back in 2012. It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written and illustrated by Hirano Kauda. The series talks about the coexistence of vampires and humans. However, this coexistence is hurdled as vampires have started decimating humans. A human organization named Hellsing is about to put a stop to them. And their strongest weapon is something you couldn't have thought about. Their strongest weapon is a vampire himself named Alucard. But why is he fighting against his kind? And what is Hellsing as a whole? All such questions will be answered in this series. Hellsing Ultimate is a readaptation of the Hellsing manga. This time, it is much truer to its source and has an engaging screenplay to offer. Number 18. Given. One of the most realistic romances animes that fans can watch right now is Given. Music has always been an integral part of almost all of our life. However, has music ever created your new life? It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written and illustrated by Kizunatsuki. The series talks about the accidental meeting of guitar enthusiasts Mafuyu Sato and Uenoyama Ritsuka. When Uenoyama helps out Mafuyu with his guitar, he asks him to meet for band practice. Although he was a bit hesitant at first, Sato ends up costing and realizes how cool this band is. After listening to Sato's voice, Uenoyama gives him an offer. An offer that will change Sato's life once and for all. This boy's love title is a step above the rest. Given has been a great anime for any music enthusiast. It dives into the hardships and problems that someone faces when they pursue their passion. Given isn't afraid to tackle issues such as past heartbreaks, commitment issues, and coming to terms with one's sexuality. It does so in a way that's realistic and relatable to the audience. On top of its top-notch queer representation, Given has an outstanding soundtrack that's impossible to not rock out to. It's not just a boys' love anime. It's a story about bonding over the love of music. This anime has 11 episodes that aired back in 2019 and have a movie that fans can watch afterward. Number 17. Death Parade. Death Parade is a 12-episode TV anime that aired back in 2015. It is an anime original directed by Tachikawa Yuzara and animated by Madhouse. The anime is set in the afterlife where those who have died end up for justice. However, the story here is different. If you want your life back, you must win the games organized by the bartender. And if you don't, you will be falling into nothingness. A story that talks about the human mind and emotions. This is the complexity of Death Parade. The greatness of Death Parade is in its focus on details. Taking care of every important aspect and highlighting it properly is what gives it this spot on this list. Number 16. Zankyou No Terror. The next entry on our list is a bit serious. Make sure that you have your guard up. It is an anime original directed by Watanabe Shinichiro and animated by MAPPA. The series is set in a world where mass destruction occurred that was caused by two boys. This show is your classic cat and mouse chase where both the cat and the mouse have the IQ of Einstein, plus they're really into Greek mythology. And now these boys are challenging the government that they will cause even more destruction. To stop them, the police force gets to work. The amount of action that's packed into these 11 episodes that aired back in 2014 is worth some praise. There never seems to be a low point. Two kid geniuses keep planting bombs and then giving the police clues as to how to deactivate them, while your typical out-of-the-job detective that just can't help but be involved character tries to crack their codes and their motivation. But why are these boys doing it and how? All these questions are yet to be answered. With one of the best directed episodes of its time, Terror in Resonance is a series that all action and mystery fans wouldn't want to miss out on. Number 15. Skate the Infinity. Well, we have another sports anime here, ladies and gentlemen. This one is new in the market, but still gained a lot of traction, you know. Skate the Infinity is a 12-episode TV anime that aired back in 2021. It is an anime original directed by Itsumi Hiroko and animated by Studio Bones. The series talks about the protagonist who takes part in a skateboard race called S and loses miserably. However, a turn of events takes place when a snowboarder defeats the one who defeated him, and so, the boy is getting fascinated by him. Now he is on a journey to teach this snowboarder how to use a skateboard. And let's just say that this journey is going to be a fun one. Skate is a new original, but with its yaoi elements and intentional action, this series rose to the ranks of popularity very easily. Number 14. Yuri. On Ice. Are you a yaoi fan? If yes, then this is good news for you. Fans have been desperately waiting for the second season of Yuri on Ice, but alas, it seems this title is doomed to be a one-season smash hit. However, it's perfect for viewers who want a short anime to watch on their day off or to kill time. It is an anime original directed by Yamamoto Sahyo and animated by MAPPA. The series tells us about Yuri Katsuki, a professional Japanese ice skater who lost the Grand Prix. And so, he decided to give up on ice skating. However, when the legendary ice skater Viktor Nikiforov shows up to help Yuri, he can't help but return to skating. A video of Yuri performing Viktor's program went viral, and that caused Viktor to come for his help. Will Yuri be able to win the Grand Prix with the help of the legend himself? It's fast-paced, fun, and emotional. Even though it's just 12 episodes that aired back in 2016, the audience instantly becomes attached to almost every character. Yuri on Ice is one of the most commercially successful yaoi manga of all time. This josei title is critically acclaimed. It even has a movie that fans can watch after finishing the first season. It's full of beautifully choreographed figure skating programs, and each performance is breathtaking. A work of art that should be appreciated by many others. Number 13. House of Five Leaves. The next anime is a rather unknown series. It is great in terms of story, and it's time to give it some more recognition as well. House of Five Leaves is a 12-episode TV anime that aired back in 2010. It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written and illustrated by Ono Natsumi. The series talks about Masanosaki Akitsu, who is an amazing swordsman from the Edo period. However, his personality is what lets people off of him. So, when he gets the opportunity to be the bodyguard of Yoichi, he grabs it with no hesitation. However, Yoichi and his actions are going to challenge Akitsu and his principles. This is because Yoichi is no simple man. He is a mafia leader. Things are going to get very interesting here. The story is not only intriguing but also captivating. Filled with action and drama, this anime is what might be up your alley. Number 12. Charlotte. The next anime is so much better as a work that you would love to watch. In other words, it's a high school-based anime. Yup, it's been a while. However, this series isn't written in reality. It's about magic. It is an anime original directed by Asai Yoshiyuki and animated by PA Works. You can divide Charlotte into two distinct sections, as being pre- and post the tone shifts. Charlotte is set in a world where students with special powers come and study together. Pre-tone shift, this is just a really cute show about a group of high schoolers who have very specific abilities and use them to help other ability users. These powers can be anything, from going invisible to stopping time. And this is the story of students possessing these incredible powers and studying alongside them. How will they use these strengths to their advantage? But oh boy, does that change. Suddenly this is an action-packed show where plot armor doesn't exist, and the stakes are pretty high. This anime is not only adorable but also interesting and fun to watch. Something that almost all of us would love to live. You'll enjoy the finale, but it can be a miss to some, as it's a very condensed episode. Charlotte has 13 episodes in total, plus a 1-episode special that aired back in 2015. Number 11. Sakamoto Desu Ga. This is the moment to relax and watch some hilarious stuff. And what better hilarious stuff to watch other than Sakamoto Desu Ga? Sakamoto Desu Ga is a 12-episode TV anime that aired back in 2016. It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written and illustrated by Sano Nani. The story tells about the life of Sakamoto, a perfectionist. With his extreme intelligence and attractiveness, this man has captured every heart in his class. But being a perfect person is hard, you know. And that is depicted even more interestingly in this anime. The sheer amount of fun and humor in this anime is just too good. Without a doubt, one of the most unique and creative anime of its year. Number 10. Elfen Lied. The next anime is a gripping yet terrifying piece. Holy mother of a first episode. It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written and illustrated by Okamoto Lin. Elfen Lied is one of those shows where you do not want to be eating while watching it because is there gore and death? Well, in the first episode at least. It then tones down so you can get over the trauma, only to pick it up later in the 13-episode run. A girl named Lucy was being experimented on by the government. Now she has gained 2 horns and the power of telekinesis. Moreover, she has escaped the government confinement and is on the run. However, she gets injured during her escape and develops a split personality disorder. When Kota and Yuka come across her, they take her in for her care. However, they don't realize that this girl can massacre millions without breaking a sweat. Elfen Lied is a staple anime for anyone. The greatness of Elfen Lied stands in the fact that it is terrifying to its core. It came out in 2004 but holds up to this day. With uneasiness and discomfort all along, this anime is something that horror fans would crave. Plus, it reminds you of what shows were like before everything was censored and before everything became hentai. Number 9. Another. Horror fans. This is another short gift for you. This time it's even more disturbing and anxious. This is the anime Another. Another is a 12-episode TV anime adaptation of a light novel. The light novel was written and illustrated by Atsuji Yukido. The story talks about a group of people getting involved with the death of a student. However, they aren't directly involved in this situation. Instead, it is this school that has made them get trapped with this girl and her spirit. Filled with misery and tragic events, the group is going to experience the most bizarre things they have ever experienced. And that is the premise of Another. A horror series that can make you terrified and uncomfortable. Number 8. Ishizoku Reviewers. A gem of the cultured world on this list. You know, sometimes you want a deeply thought-out storyline, a good moral, and some high-stakes action, and other times you want Ishizoku Reviewers. It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written by Amahara and illustrated by Masha. The anime tells the story of a group of people who are supposed to review something. Okay, doesn't seem unusual at all. However, what do they have to review? Well, they have to review the intercourse process of various species. And that is exactly why they are called interspecies reviewers. To put it simply, this is as if the anime community held hands with the adult anime community. It pushes the bounds of what usually shows up in isekai shows by a mile or two and is overall very raunchy. But you know what? If you're an adult and just want to take your mind off life, then give it a play. It's only 12 episodes of TV anime that aired back in 2020 long anyway. Oh yeah, just by reading the synopsis, you would have understood how incredible this anime is. But let me tell you, it's far ahead of what you are imagining. Plus, you'll have some good laughs and in the end isn't that all that matters? Number 7. Prison School. The next entry on our list is also an Ekai series. So, make sure that you're still wearing your culture glasses. Prison School is a 12-episode TV anime that aired back in 2015. It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written and illustrated by Hiramoto Akira. The story talks about 5 guys who get caught in a former all-girls school while trying to peek where they shouldn't. Now they have been detained in a cell with the intent to punish them. However, these guys, even though they feel guilty for their actions, won't accept this punishment. And this begins the hilarious race of our boys trying to escape this jail. This is Prison School. Hilarious, fun to watch, and short. These are the words that describe prison schools the best. Number 6. Darwin's Game. The next anime on the list is technically an isekai. It's time for a battle royal. However, it is much different than what you are assuming in your head. There have been plenty of Mirai Nikki clones to come out, but Darwin's Game can stand on its own with no problem. It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written and illustrated by Flip-Flops. As vaguely mentioned, it's all about forming alliances and murdering other players so that you can progress and, well, not be killed yourself. Darwin's Game tells the story of Kanami Sudu, who is teleported to an unknown game. Here, he must fight and survive to his limits to make it out alive. This series can be described as edgy because death is all around. And it is far from censored or humane in any way. In a world where your life is on the line every second, how will Kanami make it out? Will he be able to pass Darwin's natural selection? Many of you might have heard about Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection. Survival of the fittest. Yup, this anime is based on the same principle and presents it beautifully. Currently, it only has a single 11-episode season that aired back in 2020. But hope to get more in the future. Number 5. Deadman Wonderland. Another horror? Well, this next anime is for you. Deadman Wonderland is a 12-episode TV anime that aired back in 2011. It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written and illustrated by Kondo Kazuma and Kataoka Jinsei. It tells the story of Ganta Igarashi, who was going to a park called Deadman Wonderland. This park is known for lethal stunts and action. However, his journey changes upside down when he gets to become a part of the park himself. Yup, because of a red-masked guy, he is now in the park and supposed to perform lethal stunts. How will Ganta make it out alive and prove his innocence? With some of the most horrifying tricks on display, this anime is something you wouldn't want to miss out on. Especially if you love to watch your horror. Number 4. Baccano. A lot of anime is out there that heavily borrows elements from mainstream Western pop culture entertainment. Shows like Attack on Titan or Cowboy Bebop fit this sort of narrative. But none of them feel as perfectly Western and American quite like Baccano does. Baccano is speedrunning all of Game of Thrones in one season. This is because the narrative bounces between 3 equally important plotlines and has dozens of important characters. For new American anime fans especially, it could be hard to get immersed in an anime that has a culture so vastly different from their own. To solve that problem, something like Baccano serves as a great starting point. It's also set in America in the 1930s, so prepare to constantly forget which character belongs to which mafia family. Beyond just a mafia, there are also supernatural elements, like alchemy and a murderous beastie boy. Plus, some gore and even some romance. All of that is packed into just 13 episodes with a few specials on the side. And honestly, every second of watching this show is worth it. Number 3. Erased. Do you like murder mystery? Well, if you do, then Erased is the anime for you. Erased is a 12-episode TV anime that aired back in 2016. It is an anime adaptation of a manga series. The manga was written and illustrated by Kei Sanbi. The story talks about Satoru Fujinuma, who has the power to return in time right before something miserable is about to happen. So, when his mother is killed by someone, he travels back to his childhood self. But why did he travel so early? Is the cause of her mother's murder so old? All these questions are yet to be answered by Satoru. Erased is an incredible anime for anyone who wishes to enjoy some short and sweet stories. With interesting mystery and beautiful execution, this anime is for all. Number 2. Devilman Crybaby. Despite what its title may suggest, Devilman Crybaby still manages to be deceptively dark. It's hard to believe Devilman Crybaby only has 10 episodes. Because boy, does the action move quickly. For 1 second it looks like a slice of life show with some banger rap thrown in. All with the friendship between Akira and Ryo lying at the heart of it all. And in the next second death is all around, and you're crying and God might be dead. It doesn't take long before Devilman Crybaby takes a dark turn into more nihilistic ideas that result in war, death, bigotry, gore, and a bittersweet ending. The art style is so specific, the music is amazing, the running hilarious, and the experience reminds you of an acid trip. The show is so different, which is funny considering it's an adaptation. Plus, it's short enough that it serves as the perfect palate cleanser. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 1. The Devil is a Part-Timer. Isekai anime? No, it's a reverse isekai, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of the main character going to the devil's world, a devil has come to our world. The Devil is a Part-Timer is a 13-episode TV anime that aired back in 2013. It is an anime adaptation of a light novel. The light novel was written by Wagahara Satoshi and illustrated by 029. The series talks about the devil who was about to conquer all dimensions when a hero defeated him and fixed him on Earth. Now he can't use magic and has none of his servants. So, let's just say that this dimension ruler now has to work to pay his rent. And this is the story of this devil whose fate led him to be a part-timer. Yup, it's a hilarious anime that tries to ridicule the daily life of humans in the human world. Without a doubt, worth all your time and effort. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchZilla and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.